Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. You're here on the home of the slightly above average ship review. I'm your host, KPZ. And today we're on Solomon Islands in a domination match in the French Tier 3 premium battleship Turenne. Probably mispronouncing that. I apologize to any French people who are offended. Alright, so how do you get the Turenne? Well, you got to sign up for Game Pass. If you are an Xbox player, I'm guessing if you are signed up for PlayStation Pro, you could probably also get it. It was in a bundle with the Leander. Obviously, the Leander is a tech tree ship. It is $50 in the Microsoft Store if you don't have Game Pass. So seeing as you can get Game Pass for like $1 to upgrade from Gold, which is what I did, and then I'm going to cancel it after a month. So yeah, maybe it's not free, but if you have Game Pass or you have Gold and you just upgrade for a month, pay $1, cancel at day 29, so the billing doesn't roll over. Essentially, this ship is free because you can get other stuff for other games from Game Pass. All right, so we're calling it a free ship. Technically, okay, it's $1. I'd buy that for $1, right? All right, so the Terren Tier 3 Dreadnought Premium Battleship. I'm using the Survivability Commander, as you can see, based on my heels. Very similar gun arrangement to the Nassau, so if you missed out on the Nassau and didn't want to buy it, this is a pretty good replacement for the Nassau at this tier, and I said it in my video of the Ensign Gabolde. I will say it in this video as well. In my belief, every nation should have a Tier 2 premium destroyer, and every nation should have a Tier 3 premium cruiser or battleship. And we got a Citadel when we shot at the Giussano there. I want to say, I think we are down tier on this game. I haven't really looked at the teams, or I did, and then I clipped it, so I don't remember what I saw, but I think we're down tier. So it's a Dreadnought battleship. It's got a really nice rudder shift. It's got these two wing turrets on either side. So whenever you want to shoot more shells, you just move your nose and you'll be able to get 2 more guns online. And so that's a great way to attack enemy ships who don't have that ability, as Nassau players and to a lesser extent Bellerophon players know and understand that, because both those battleships already in the game also have these wing type turrets, although the Nassau has a identical gun arrangement minus the secondaries, of course, for this ship. The Bellerophon just has wing turrets in the front, doesn't have them in the rear. All right, so that, cruiser got killed by one of our teammates. So we got a Caledon over here. That is a Tier 3 British Dreadnought, so we'll shoot at him. But other than that, it does Dreadnought things. It's got a lot of secondaries. They don't reload especially fast. It's got really lengthy turret traverse. And it doesn't have hardly any AA to speak of. I can tell you in the matches I played, I dealt with aircraft carriers in just about every match. So please keep in mind, if an aircraft carrier decides to focus you in the Turenne, you are going to have a short day and a very annoying day that probably doesn't end well. Just saying, just letting you know. All right, here's that maneuver I talked about. We shot at the Caledon, then we switched sides. Got those other wing turrets on target, and we shoot there and do some pretty good damage, and he gets taken out by our teammate, so good times. And we are dealing with aircraft carrier planes right now. I actually played about 10 games in the Turenne. I had a lot of games where I got 3 kills. I had a couple of games that were actually better than this game. But this game, I think, better illustrates this fighting style that I'm talking about with the moving the nose around. Plus, it shows you how annoying these aircraft carriers truly can be. I'm sorry, my phone is blowing up all the time. And thankfully that guy gets taken out by our teammate. Alright, so we don't have any kills. We're just going to say sayonara to this capping area. We're not going to bother trying to cap it out. Alright, it looks like most of the enemy team is doing an end run back towards our aircraft carrier. So we are just turning around to go help out our team. You know, what can I say? We're not going to get there very fast. And the other thing I will say in La Turenne or the Terren, use your heals early and often. You see, I've let us get down below half health. And even if I heal up now, I'm still not going to get much over half health. So when you're using the survivability commander and you have 5 or more heals, you want to use those heals all the time so you can regain as much hit points as possible. Now, if this damage had been done by HE, we'd be able to get most of it back. However, it was not, so we're not going to be able to recover anything than the green line you see out there. I think our aircraft carrier and maybe one other ship just got eradicated. This Campbelltown's been out there kind of being a pain in the butt for a while. I'm really hoping this cruiser can take him out, but I'm not holding my breath. I'm really not. So players who have the Nassau, you'll know what you're getting into here. You got the exact same turret arrangement. You obviously don't have the secondary reach or the power that the Nassau has. If you have the Bellerophon and you like that, I think you'll really like this, because essentially it's very similar to that. If you don't have either of those ships because you didn't want to pay for the Nassau when it was available, or you haven't been around for any of the Halloween things, and you do have Game Pass, why not get a Tier 3 ship? You can use it for those Tier 3 earn-ups. Eventually there will be Tier 3 ranked battles or something like that again, and you will be able to use this ship for anything. And here's the best part, you can use it for fun. Tier 3 and Tier 2, in my opinion, are great fun to go around and putz around down there. Work on your techniques, work on your strategies, work on positioning, when to use smoke screens, when to use other consumables. That's what these lower tiers are good for in absence of a training room. All right, just checking our main battery range. You can see just over 11 kilometers. We are going to get some shots out as soon as we are able here in the Turenne. And we did get a base cap. I didn't think we did, but we did. So we do have that in our favor, at least in terms of the points. Really quickly, I want to mention I couldn't find a picture of the ship. I don't know if it ever actually existed. The ship in the title card looks very much like it, or sort of like it. I believe that ship is named the Republic. So that is not the Turenne in the title card for this video. Please don't think that. All right, we got a Gisano over here, and there's another ship of some sort that I'm not bothering to look at. And we're shooting at the Gisano because it's broadside, although all 3 enemy ships are all bunched up together. And we end up, I think there's 2 Gisanos. We end up hitting one of them. There you can see a nice Citadel hit. So no problem for these shells to do Citadels on cruisers. However, I will say in my experience with this ship, it's hard to get really devastating salvos out on battleships. I found it very hard to do it. I didn't see a lot of them. You'll do chunk damage, but you won't have a smash, pow, deleted enemy battleship. You won't have that in this ship. And I've got a pretty high ranking commander in here. Maybe with the base commander, or I'm sorry, not the base commander, maybe with Robert Chajard, you'd have a little bit better outcome on some of these salvos. But as far as the survivability commander Gaprat goes, I didn't see a lot of joy coming from my full boat salvos here. So please keep that in mind. All 4 gun broadsides, 8 gun barrels, you're not going to be deleting enemy battleships. And maybe that's an accuracy issue. All right, so the Gisano peeks out here. Another great thing about this ship, you can do a little stern tanking and go side to side here, get these wing turrets back online. So we are lining up the Gisano with some shots here, and we're going to take one. And these turrets have really abysmal turret traverse, guys. I forgot to mention that, but they absolutely have horrible, horrible turret traverse. I just didn't want to use the turret mod and lose reload, although I could certainly see why somebody would choose that. There we take a big chunk of damage, and we're using these heals, going to fire away at the Gisano here, a little bit above the waterline because it looks like he's slightly going away from us, and our teammate takes him out. The other Gisano over here, well, we'll try for a kill pinch into the ether, and he pops back up just in time, and we totally miss. Good times. All right, one more try. 3 of our batteries. And yes, we finally kill an enemy ship. This is why I showed you this video. We're taking on a Gangoot. We are about 2/5 health. The Gangoot is full health. Now, yeah, there's another ship over here with us. That's great and everything. It is a cruiser. We are going to take out this Gangoot. I'm not saying this is a textbook on how to fight in the ship or anything like that. I'm just saying I wanted you guys to see this, to feel unafraid of challenging much more healthy same-tier ships in this ship, because your gun layout gives you the ability to do that. All right, he is obviously much more concerned trying to take out that soft-skin cruiser. By the way, we are losing on the... Actually, we're tied on ships, and we're ahead by just a handful of points, although they have a base advantage on us. So we have to kill the Gangoot here, because we just lost our lead. All right, so we got to kill this guy. We got to take him out. And I'm hoping that cruiser, wherever he is at, and I can't be bothered to look, I hope he is beating feet and getting out of the range, because he just needs to stay alive. It is on me to take out the Gangoot. All right, you can see there maybe bad aim or maybe our armor profile. We are going to do a review of this ship in the port, so we'll talk about the armor profile. A little bit of bow tanking here, and as you can see, these wing turrets, you can get 2 on target. We're aiming up a little bit because he is turning away. We actually set him on fire. I didn't realize I was shooting HE there, but we did. So we're waiting for a full reload, and you can see I've switched sides of the bow, and so that's going to allow me to get my starboard side guns into action. And he is doing something unwise by giving us a full broadside. So we are giving him nothing to shoot at, essentially. And as you can see right there, it's exactly what I'm talking about. There's no big chunk damage. You're doing solid hits, they're doing damage, but you're not going to evaporate any same-tier battleship off of the landscape. All right, here we're waiting for another reload. Take a ton of damage there. Thankfully, we can heal most of it back. His secondaries kick in. We hit him with a 3-turret salvo there and hit his citadel, unlock that high caliber metal. And here we're going to turn and go bow on. Are we going to switch sides? I got to deal with that pesky destroyer shooting shells at me. Well, look at that. We just bow tanked his salvo there. And we are going to switch sides. And another hit the citadel. And maybe 3 hits the citadel. Goodness. And we take out the Gangoot. So that's how you do it, folks. You take on a full health enemy battleship when you are about 2/5 health, and you end up with a 50-year health pack using bow tanking, using these wing turret arrangements to your advantage. All right. Destroyers left. We are still losing by points. I need my teammate to spot the destroyer. I know why he's not, because he has almost no health left at all. But I have almost no health left at all. And we are losing on points. We need to see the enemy. I will shoot at him. I have 3 or 4 turrets ready to roll. I just need to see the enemy ship. And at the end of the day, for whatever reason, I mean, it doesn't matter if the cruiser gets killed because we're already losing. All he needs to do is spot the enemy destroyer for me to shoot at it. And I just don't think he understood that. I really don't. I really don't. I was worried about going straight into the cap and getting torpedoed, so I did not do that. So maybe I could have played this part a little bit better. But at the end of the day, that cruiser has way better vision than I do on the battle space. And he has to use that to help our team win. And I don't think he did that effectively, and he should have, in my opinion. All right. Anyway, I think this match is coming to a close. This destroyer sees he has the injury, the win in the bag. He's actually going to capture. Oh, I don't know where he went, actually. Never mind. Just forget that last part. Anyway, we got the Dreadnought medal on the way out the door. We end up with 90,000 plus damage, high caliber medal, Dreadnought medal, 2 kills. Ended up with, I think, 6 hits to Citadel and an assisted base cap. Here we are on the top of the board in a loss, 12-29, 2 big kills in the Turenne. I think it's a fun ship if you like the Nassau and other Dreadnought-style battleships. And if you have Game Pass, there is no reason not to get this. It'll appear to be $49, the bundle I'm talking about in the store, but because you have Game Pass, when you put it in your cart, it'll be discounted to 0, and I think you should buy it because this ship is fun. All right, we're going to go into the port here and take a look at the Terren. All right, go. There we go. Upgrades. So you get 4 upgrades for these guys. We are using the Armament Durability Mod 1. Now, I know you're saying in previous videos I said 4 more turrets, don't use it. But I am using it because these turrets get knocked out very easily. And I would like to think if I didn't use it, I would have them knocked out way more often. Although your mileage may vary, you certainly could make the case for aiming systems or the main battery Mod 2, but I did not. All right, Damage Con Mod 2, I think that goes without saying. Although you have a great rudder shift, you certainly could use steering gears. We don't have any options in slot 3, so we chose the target acquisition system. And in slot 4, artillery plotting room, why not? It is the best dispersion bang for the buck you can get, and I recommend using that for a French ship if it is available. All right, 5 charges of the repair party, 3 charges of the enhanced secondary targeting. We did not run any booster flags at all. We've got this Type 9 permanent camo, and of course for a French premium, the Bastille Day 21 flag. 31,500 hit points and a 19% torpedo damage reduction with our build. We got those 6 twin 305mm turrets, 11.7 kilometer firing range, reload in 21.7 seconds, turn 41.5 seconds. HE shells do 4,200 damage with a 22% fire chance. AP shells do 8,300 damage. You do have 20 secondaries. They're just 100 millimeters, 4.5 kilometer firing range, and reload every 10 seconds. Don't do a secondary build. 1,400 HE shell damage. I think that says 4% fire chance. Yeah, a lot of secondaries, but they don't reload quickly enough for me to waste my time with a secondary build. Just my opinion. Alec Trev may agree to differ. All right, here's your AA defense. Well, it's better than the Gallant. And it's better than the Arkansas FE, but not much better. Maneuverability, 22 knots, 510 meter turning circle, 11.2 second rudder shift time. So none of those numbers are great except for the rudder shift. And concealment, 11.6 on the surface, 9.7 from the air, 9.3 from firing and smoke. Yikes. Here's the armor viewer, also yikes. Although at this level, I guess you can't not expect that. Get a really bonkers looking Citadel with some angles on it. But at the end of the day, very prone to plunging fire damage in my opinion. Probably especially from a German battleship, or aircraft carrier, pardon me. Put this bow back on. You do have a torpedo belt or a armor belt at the front. I encourage you to use it. 19 millimeter fore-end plating above that. Torpedo protection just on the bottom of the ship. Virtually worthless. Maybe it does something as deep water torpedoes, but doubtful. Turrets and barbettes, you know, the rear of the turret is extremely heavily armored. What good that does you, Lord only knows. The rest of it is not impressive. This casemate armor, you know, oh, I'm sorry, we didn't put the casemate on yet. The turret armor is just not impressive. Casemate armor isn't going to prevent you from getting smashed from the side. You don't want to go broadside. And then the superstructure armor, really minuscule. All right, quick look at the commander, Emile Pratt. This is how we were running it. You certainly could use running with scissors and the legendary skill if you wanted to. You know, maybe that's a judgment call. Certainly more helpful at close quarters. Probably at low tier, probably valuable. I ran it with will to rebuild, although I would never recommend the use of Porcupine. That's just me. Anyway, I hope you like this look at the Terren, and I hope if you have Game Pass, you went and got this thing. $1. That's all it cost me. Essentially free. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. You can always subscribe for more slightly above average ship reviews. Thanks.